Massive drop in press freedom rating. Guyana-China trade nears $2 billion US. And government to appeal recent oil ruling. I'm Rico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. To see news happening, send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Guyana has dropped 26 places on the Press Freedom Index compiled by Reporters Without Borders due to worsening press freedom in the nation, according to the organization. The organization condemned the harassment and intimidation of journalists through online targeting and disrespect from the administration, and they also called for reform to give proper access to public information and respect for members of the press. The Guyana Press Association has complained about harassment and targeting of journalists by online blogs and social media pages linked to key players in the government, and accused the government of attempting to take over the Press Association and form a parallel media organization. But APNU supporters don't laugh too hard, because an audit report into the operations of the Sustainable Livelihood Entrepreneurial Development Program under the previous APNU AFC government revealed that funds were illegally used, with millions recorded to have been spent on non-existent projects or put to personal use. The Labour Minister plans to consult with the Attorney General on the identified issues of illegal use of government funds by some named individuals, including members of Parliament, including opposition members of Parliament. The audit concluded that better management of all grants and documentation for the grants must be implemented to monitor when grants are given for failed ventures due to lack of proper consultation and follow-up. The Ministry of Education has noted that 16,268 pupils taking the National Grade 6 assessment are well prepared, with access to learning materials including textbooks, online resources, and breakfast. And for the Venezuelan children, translations in Spanish. The NGSA tests pupils in English language, mathematics, social studies, and science across 517 examination centers across the nation. Now for business news. Republic Bank has reported a half-year profit of US $117.8 million for the period ending in March 31st of this year, representing a 7.96% increase from the same period last year. The bank attributes the growth to improved loans and investment portfolios across all subsidiaries, driven by increased customer deposits. Net interest income also increased due to the impact of rising interest rates on the US dollar-denominated securities in the Cayman Islands and the British Virgin Island operations. Non-interest income was boosted by increased activity in tourism-based subsidiaries following the recovery of tourism activities in those islands. The Chinese government is funding a US $10 million upgrade of Joe Vera Park on the West Bank to celebrate 50 years of diplomatic relations between the two nations. The park will be renamed the Guyana-China Friendship Joe Vera Park, and will be rebuilt into a public place for families to enjoy recreational and cultural activities. The upgrade is expected to take 20 months. Keep your truck running smoothly this rainy season with high-quality parts from Powered Automotive. They stock parts from all the top brands, including Freightliner, DAF, International, and all models of Cummins engines. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. In other China-related news, trade between Guyana and China has increased sixfold over the past few years, reaching US $1.88 billion in 2022. Chinese investment has also contributed to Guyana's economic development, with Chinese companies involved in large infrastructural projects and planning to build 6 new regional hospitals. The Chinese ambassador to Guyana, Guo Haiyan, emphasized health cooperation as an area for strengthening ties between the two nations. Now, whatever happened to that Belt and Road Initiative? A Brazilian national who illegally landed a helicopter in Guyana has changed his plea to guilty and has been fined $5.5 million and sentenced to 48 months in prison. He was also charged for failure to present himself to an immigration officer and was found with several cell phones and mining equipment at the time of his arrest. 34-year-old Earl Emanuel, a supposedly mentally ill man of Kuru housing scheme on the Sussex Linden Highway, is now nursing a series of injuries after he was badly beaten by a man who attempted to rob his home and actually bit his ear off in the process like he's some crazed Mike Tyson wannabe burglar. Anyway, the ordeal happened around 7:30 p.m. on Monday. Nevertheless, the suspect was eventually found and arrested. Family members are now calling justice to be served for the man. Are they sure Mr. Emanuel is the mentally ill person here? Yesterday, a 19-year-old male admitted to killing two men at the Sunsplash Holiday Beach Resort located at 63 Village Quarantine Bibbies back in 2019. Because he was charged as a juvenile in accordance with the Juvenile Justice Act, his identity cannot be disclosed. He was arraigned for the capital offense of murder. However, he pleaded guilty to the lesser count of manslaughter and admitted that between December 19th and 27th of 2019, he unlawfully killed 71-year-old Vivekanand Narpati and his employee Harry Prasad. The court heard that the defendant was 16 at the time. Sentencing was adjourned until May the 24th. Now for today's oil update. CGX Energy and Frontera Energy have found oil in the Way 1 well in the quarantine block offshore Ghana. But it is not yet clear if the resources are enough for commercial development. The well has been drilled to a depth of 19,142 feet and should reach 20,500 feet once they're done. The joint venture has revised its total cost estimates to 175 to 185 million US dollars. CGX is required to fund its 32% interest of approximately 11 to 15 million US dollars and is assessing strategies to fulfill this obligation. Probably because they're broke. And finally, in a truly bizarre development, the government intends to appeal a recent ruling that the Environmental Protection Agency breached its duty by failing to enforce compliance by Exxon of its financial assurance obligations to provide an unlimited parent company guarantee agreement and or affiliate company guarantee agreement to indemnify and keep indemnified the EPA and the government of Guyana against all environmental obligations of the permit holder and co-ventures within the Starboard Block, offshore Guyana. The EPA and the government of Guyana believe that the environmental permit imposes no obligation on the permit holder to provide an unlimited parent company guarantee agreement and or affiliate company guarantee agreement. The ruling could have profound ramifications and grave economic and other impacts on the public interest and national development. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this feels like it is really not in the best interests of the government to come fighting on the behalf of Exxon. Exxon can fight their own battles. Let them duke it out in court. But it's not a good look for the government, which is supposed to be looking out for the rights of us individuals, as Guyanese is clearly more interested in the rights of Exxon, a foreign entity. There's no better way to show your appreciation than with flowers from Shanice's Flowerland. We have a wide selection of beautiful flowers to choose from, including roses, sunflowers, and stunning desk arrangements, starting as low as $6,000. Our gifts are sure to brighten up any workplace and put a smile on anyone's face. With convenient payment options like PayPal, MMG, and Cash App, ordering from us is quick and easy. It's as simple as contacting us on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 645-1189. Come visit us at Shanice's Flowerland at the Movietown Mall and let us help you say thank you in the most beautiful way. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it to us. Yesterday was World Press Freedom Day, so I ask about the state of journalism in Ghana. But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description. Davi Samaru says journalism today in Ghana is way different from what we used to see several decades ago. Boy, I missed the good old Sharma days. You had to tune into TV at the right time to get a piece of action. Ha-ha! Those were the days for truth. Anyway, we can't complain that journalism is under attack when there are more ways to get the truth out than there ever before. That's a good point. The internet is not controlled by the Guyanese politicians. Neither is YouTube and other social media platforms. You guys at Uncut are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. We're trying. But as you can see, there are individuals out there who will still want to try to impose on our freedom. But it is what it is. Now for tonight's question. There was once a time when Georgetown was considered the Garden City of the Caribbean. Now, sadly, it's probably the Garbage City of the Caribbean. So tonight I want to know, what should be done to allow Georgetown to reclaim its status as the Garden City? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bulford saying good night, folks.